Hello guys, welcome to the United Nations. Today we'll be reacting to Man United 0, Liverpool 5. Man United have just humiliated themselves against our biggest rivals on our home ground at Old Trafford. Like, how much worse can it get? Like, honestly, like, we're Man United and we're losing 5-0. First of all, we can't score against Liverpool. With the team that we've got, we can't score. First thing I'd like to say is OLE out. I think it's time for him to go. Like, it's been enough of this OLE era that we've realised that he's got us to this place where we've got like good players, we've got a good team. He's done enough stuff for us that I think it's now time that we need to move on to that next level. And I don't think he's the right man for the job, in my opinion. And I think that today, it's time for him to realise that, to keep his, like, if he really cares about Man United, that he should leave. Like, to retain his memory as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, one who won us the treble. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who, like, for him to keep his memory as a Man United player and fan. And that Man United should come first, not his legendary or anything, that he should leave the club for the club's best interest. The standards of this club have dropped massively. They've dropped massively. Liverpool fans singing "Ole's at the wheel." Like, honestly, how embarrassing how more embarrassing can it become? Honestly, like, I think that just tops it all off. Fans leaving the ground with 30 minutes to go. Like, Sir Alex Ferguson's face just, like, he can't take it anymore. Kenny Dalglish smiling at him. Like, honestly, the club standards have gone down the drain. Maguire was our captain that day. Did absolutely nothing. Cost us 2 goals. And Ole claims that, oh, he's such a good captain. He's very vital to us. That's why we had to bring him back. That's why he needs to play. But personally, in my opinion, on the pitch, I can't say anything. I just can't see how he's a captain, how he's a leader of that club. I can see Bruno being a captain. I can see Ronaldo being a captain. Maybe David De Gea, but Maguire, no. I'm sorry. Your captain should be one that's bringing you down. And that's not there when the team needs you and speaking to the team. No, your captain is meant to be there every single day. 100%. Body on the line. And he's just not that guy. And, like, he's not been good. He's been a bit shaky for the past few weeks, honestly, in my opinion. And it's not just the coaches. It's not just the coaches' fault. It's also the players. Like, honestly, there was no passion. There was no vision. There was no aggression. There was no desire. There was no mindset in that match, in this football club. Like, it was all gone. Yesterday, the players showed their true colours of how they are not behind Ole anymore. Like, honestly, and we have to go back to the fact. Remember, fans were leaving 30 minutes earlier on our home ground. It's not good enough. It's not good enough at all. Like, in the biggest derby in English football, Man United versus Liverpool, and we lose 5-0, concede 4 goals in the first half. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. Our owners are also to blame for this, because we can't forget, our owners should have gotten rid of Ole that night. Like, he should have gone. Like, I know that some people hate on them for this and that, and some people are gonna say that, oh yeah, we spent money in the summer, so yeah, but still, our owners are like, they should have gotten rid of Ole. Yeah, they've got no interest in this club. They have no emotional attachment to this club. They only see us as a business opportunity. They only care what happens to this club when it comes to money, and the board as well. They don't have an attachment to this club, like I said. And we need people on that board, in the Man United board, that actually care about us, that actually feel the anger and the passion that we feel, so that they can understand when we feel and make the right decisions and put the club's best interests at heart. Honestly, I don't know what more to say. And even if they were to sack Ole right now, they'll probably bring in another manager. I'm not going to say any names, but they'll probably bring in another manager who will just go down the same Ole route. be good, but never take us to that next level that we need to reach. Just bring the club standards down even more and more and more. We need to get decent owners who actually care about this club and decent managers and coaches. This whole club needs a new rebuilding, honestly, in my opinion. Not physical, not like stadium and stuff, but like people. We need to get rid of some people. And talking about the performance of Liverpool wasn't even that great. Like, they weren't at their best. I know they were good yesterday, but they weren't at their best. You could say they were in third gear. I would say they were probably at their best for like 15 minutes, probably. But they were still good enough. And we lost 5-0 to a Liverpool side that wasn't that great. Like, Mane wasn't even starting. It wasn't their strongest back line. Even though I know Konate played well, it wasn't their strongest team that they put out there. And we still managed to make a mockery of ourselves by losing 5-0. Like, this year was meant to be our last dance, with Ronaldo coming in, Sancho coming in, Varane coming in. This was meant to be the year that Man United win the Champions League or win the Premier League, something that actually has value, something that Man United should be aiming for. And we just lost it. Like, this was meant to be the year that Man United were meant to be victorious, but we just went down the same route with Mourinho, just bringing the standards of this club down and down and down again and again and again. Some would feel sorry for Ole, not as a manager, but as a person. Like, I remember walking him off the pitch at the end of the game. I just felt sad for him, honestly. Like, I think it's time for him to go. I think if he wants people to remember him as that person who won us the treble, I think he should leave right now. I think he should try and leave before that Tottenham game. Whether we win or lose, I think he should leave before Christmas. He should leave by now, because I think if what happens, let's say we win the Tottenham game, okay, then in 2 weeks' time, we're going to be saying the same thing, because we've probably lost to Man City by now, maybe 5 or 4-0. And people are just going to be shouting Ole out again and again and again. It's going to keep happening until people realise that he's gotten up to the point where he can, and he can't do anymore. And I think as a Man U fan, I want him to leave. And I don't want people to throw abuse at him or anything like that, because we have to remember he did win us a treble, but that shouldn't cloud our judgment of how he has managed this club in a bit. Like, it's not up to standard. It's not up to the level that Man United managers should have. Like, Scholes and Carrick predicted this. I know, but they kind of predicted. Scholes said that once we face a decent enough side, a side that's more clinical and can put their chances away, we're going to be losing 5-0. Carrick said that Ole might not be the right man for the job from that Atlanta game, and it's proven him now. Like, his favouritism has lost him his job. We could say that his favouritism has lost him the job. Like, McFred, again and again and again. They lost him his job from the beginning. From the moment those lineups come out, everybody knew that wasn't going to work out against Liverpool. Keita was involved in almost every goal, and he's a midfielder. And yet, neither McTominay or Fred could track him. And that's the midfielders that we've got. Like, I mean, honestly, it's not good enough. Brought in Sancho for 75 million. Barely see him play. Brought in Van der Beek. Played against Newcastle decently. Haven't played a minute since. Like, that alone is enough to get him sacked. And then he's trying to focus on bringing players like Phil Jones back into the starting 11 and stuff like that. That's why it just annoys me. Because if he knew he wasn't going to use Sancho, that money on Sancho could have been spent on a decent midfielder like Declan Rice or something like that. Something that could vitally improve this Man United team. But his favouritism, like using Rashford and Greenwood as wide forwards, even though we know that they're not really wingers, they're not going to cross that ball, they're not going to create chances for our striker. We've got the best striker in the world, Ronaldo, in our box, and we barely cross the ball in. We have to rely on Bruno or Shaw or Wan-Bissaka sometimes to deliver a ball into the box for our striker, which is not good enough. Which is why our wingers need to create more. Rashford does it on occasion, but Greenwood's not a winger, he's a striker. just playing him there to develop his game. I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, I think that performance on a whole for Man United was poor. For me, when it comes to player ratings, David De Gea was the best player on that pitch, and he was the man of the match. Everybody else, 3. 2s even for players like Fred, McTominay, Maguire. Like, was honestly a woeful performance, and I think now is the time to act that Oli has got to go. Like, we're in sackable form right now. Like, we've only got 1 point from our last 12. We've got 14 points from an available 27. And with the team that we've got, that's unacceptable. It can't be stood for, honestly. Like, most of the teams that we won against didn't even have their best team out. Like, Everton didn't have Richarlison and some other players. West Ham didn't have Antonio, so on and so forth. Like, it's just not good enough in my opinion, and not good enough at all. Anyway, that's been my opinions on the game. Hope you liked the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.